Aries, welcome to your January 2024 mid-month reading here. We're just going to go ahead and get started, my friends, and jump straight in and take a look at the energy surrounding you here for the rest of the month. I want to say thank you all for being here. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button for me to show your support, or if this video resonates for you at any time. And we're just going to go ahead and begin here and pull your cards. This Judgment is haunting the readings and that Death card. And there's nothing to be afraid of with these energies or to fear. And I'm going to break this down here, because this is actually going to be probably one of your biggest blessings that you may be fearing, or you may be thinking that is going to turn out in a way that sucks. As you can see, the Empress is here for your outcome. And so there's this death and rebirth going on, but the rebirth is way better than the metaphorical death of things. And the reason why there's nothing to fear about it is because the Sun's conjuncting Pluto, and this is what this Judgment and Death card energy is. Right? The Sun's going to be conjuncting Pluto on the 20th of January in Capricorn at the last degree in the last minute, 29 degrees of Capricorn and 59 minutes. So this is a collective transformation that we're going through. And for you, Aries, it's in your 10th house of career, right? And so maybe there are some changes that you're wanting to make in regards to your career, or that you're ready to, or maybe there's new things that you're ready to initiate when it comes to your career and your ambitions, right? And you have a perfect, potent opportunity this week to have that sense of rejuvenation in that area. And the Judgment's Pluto. Death card is obviously Scorpio, but these two cards are related. And then the Devil card is Capricorn, right? And so let's see, where do we start here? Let's start with the Ace of Cups. Your overall energy here is like there's a brand new beginning here that is starting here for you for the week. One that will bring in inner peace, right? And serenity, and also rejuvenate your spirits here and make you feel emotionally satisfied and fulfilled. With the Queen of Swords being in your current energy at this time, I feel like right now you're kind of, I feel like you're trying to understand right now in your life, like, what are the things that are working and what are the things that aren't working? And am I clinging too tight to structures, or am I being too rigid with things? And if that's the case, you're wondering, like, how can I change things and bring more magic in to be able to create prosperity in my heaven on earth? And so the Judgment being in your challenge is like, right now you may be feeling at a crossroads in regards to making a certain decision, right? In regards to making a certain change. But I do see you making the change, and I do see the change happening here. But I feel like the change is better than you even know right now, because the Empress is in your outcome, which is a sense of fulfillment. And also the rebirth process and the creationary process of the rebirth, there's fulfillment and actually things that are happening that you're going to be feeling grateful for, or you're going to be feeling a sense of harmony and pleasure with. So the Devil card as your advice is telling you that it's interesting, because, and we're going to go even more deep into this, right? Right now, from January 18th, I believe, to the 22nd, the Sun is in gate 60 in the human design transits and human design, which is Gene Key 60. And and what this represents is there's two aspects, there's two natures of this, right? So there's the repressive nature, which is we have no form of structure, or we don't even know what the structure is moving forward. And so we just kind of feel like we're floating and we don't even really know what's going on, right? Or what to do. And then there's the other side, which is the reactive nature, which is the rigidness, right, of clinging to structures. Devil card is like when you feel binded to structures, or you feel stuck in structures that you don't want to be in, right? Now you can be doing this to yourself, or there could be things in your life at this time that are causing this to happen. So we can be rigid and we can cling to structures because that's all we have known, right? And that's always been the systems in which we've operated. So you have to pick and understand, like, are you more so is it more so that you need to bring in structure, or is it more so you need to let go of old outdated structures and systems to be able to bring new in? And what that requires is creativity. And it's interesting because the Empress needs creativity to be able to thrive, to be able to create what she wants to create. And I do see you being able to do that. And so with the Death card here in your future, I feel like these are changes big changes that you're going to be making in your future in regards to how you want to go about things and how you want to create things. And also with gate 60, it's about allowing magic in. Allowing magic in, allowing creativity in. And then the sun will come into gate 41. I believe that'll be January 23rd until the 29th. So basically from the 23rd to the end of the month we'll go with right now, just for your reading right now. And the 41st gene key in the gate is all about like this pressure to evolve. And I feel here in your future, it's like you understand, you're feeling the pressure and you're understanding like what it is that you need to do to change, to be able to evolve and start to create the ideal life that you want, to start to create the ideal reality that you want. And I do see that you're going to be in the creative process here very soon. The Eight of Swords is in the position of something that you're unaware of. The Eight of Swords is like, we're kind of we feel the tension and our minds are trying to figure it out, but it's almost as if it's too hard to really pinpoint. And we're going to have to clarify that and get more on that. So something to be aware of is like to simplify it, right? If things are confusing, or if things are stuck, the Eight of Swords is like saying like, you got to do something else. You got to do something new. The way you've been going about things, what you know right now, what you've been doing isn't working. You pulled this third house card. It says communication. Also, I think there may be some things here this week that you're needing to get clear on, right? And that could come in the form of like you having to communicate with others about your truth and what it is that you want to do, but also coming within, articulating understanding yourself internally and seeing like, what is my truth? What do I want? And am I not allowing myself to do that? And then figuring out the reason why that is. And I feel like the reason why it is because you may kind of feel like, well, if you do it, then like, will you be successful? Like, is there even any, like, like you may be, it could be the fear of commitment to the change itself. You have this focus card, which is exactly what I think it is. That's what it is. Like, it's the universe is wanting you to focus. And the Devil card is also the archetype of Capricorn, like I said earlier. And Capricorn deals with tenacity, right? It deals with, sometimes we have to get critical and analytical and be observant of ourselves and understand like, what is it that I need to do? And what is it that I also need to stop doing? But what is it that I need to do to be able to go about fulfilling my ambitions and creating the things that I want? And that's why the focus card has come out, because it's wanting you to focus. Bring focus. And focus is like, kind of like a form of order. Clarify the Ace of Cups here for your overall energy. What is this new potent energy? The Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is like the tree of life. And it's interesting because the Ace of Cups actually sits at the very top of the tree of life. And so the Ten of Pentacles talks about your long-term goals, but also the Ten of Pentacles can be, well, there's a couple different things that is coming through. But first, let's categorize this, because I feel here with the Ten of Pentacles, your overall energy, Ace of Cups is like, it's about your long-term goals. It's like the legacy that you want to create. The Ten of Pentacles is like where you want to be in 10 years. What do you want for yourself in the future? Like, how do you want your ultimate lifestyle to be? And how can you go about creating it? And it's interesting, I was saying like the tree of life, right? Like Ace of Cups sits at the top, because what sits at the top of the tree of life is love and devotion. And that's what the Ace of Cups is. So there's a love and a devotion towards something that I'm sensing that you're gaining this week or becoming aware of. And this is about the fulfillment of that by letting go of old structures and starting to allow more magic and creativity to come into the mix to be able to accomplish those long-term goals that you have for yourself in regards to your career or in regards to just the things that you're ambitious about. Clarify this Queen of Swords. Also too, I feel here as well, let me get more because I don't clearly know. You have the Two of Cups here, the Queen of Swords, Two of Cups, and your current energy. I feel like right now there needs to be honest communication between you and your relationships, between you and people. And I'm not saying you're not doing that, but I feel like this actually could be what you're doing. But this is also about understanding like yourself, like what does your inner self need? Two of Cups is about what is it that you need? right? To feel emotionally comfortable and satisfied and fulfilled. And I feel like you are having those conversations here. Clarify the Judgment and the Challenge. You have the Four of Wands. I was picking up something about a home or a house. Some of you may actually want to move, or you may actually want to create. Some of you may want to move, some of you may want to relocate, or you may just be wanting to start to bring form and structure to your desires here that you ultimately have. And the Devil card as your advice is saying, start to build, start to focus on the systems and the structures that you need to implement here to do that. And don't allow yourself to stick to old ways and become too rigid with things. It really is about flexibility here. Clarify this Devil as the advice. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is adversity, where we feel the adversity here, and we have to make a commitment to see things through, and have to make a commitment to what our ambitions are, regardless if we're facing adversity. And for some of you, the advice is like, you may fear change, right? Because of the commitment that comes with it. So I'll give you an example. Like, let's just say, you've always worked at a certain place and you're wanting to change though, or maybe it's in regards to your work. Maybe it's the way you do your work or whatnot. And it's like you want to change things, but you're kind of fearing like the commitment to the change. But there's no fear at all. Actually, I feel like the universe is like urging you to change, because everything is so outdated the way you're going about things that change has to come in. And so there's really nothing to fear at all. Clarify this Death card in the future position. You have the Strength card. This is about seeing things through, sticking to the commitment and the changes here, and embracing the transformation. And also this is about, like, sometimes our ego can be so closely attached and identified to certain ways that when we want to change things, it is a direct hit to our ego, and what we're used to. And so, because our ego wants control, but we're changing the structure so we don't feel like we have that much control. But that's just an illusion of things. Because what's trying to happen is like more growth is trying to come into your life, more personal growth, more career growth. Clarify this Empress for your outcome. Let's see what this is. You have the Eight of Pentacles. This is the production and the success that you're going to be getting with the transformation and the change by embracing transformation and surrendering to it. And you will be very successful, and you will be able to enjoy your prosperity with this Empress. And you'll feel way more lively here. And it'll feel way more pleasant. And you'll actually be thriving from this change. Clarify this Eight of Swords. Something that you're unaware of. You have the Six of Cups here. Some of you may have like certain regrets. I think you need to let go of the regrets, right? Six of Cups and the Eight of Swords, like what the Six of Cups and the Eight of Swords energy together is like the person is trying to surrender, but there's certain thoughts and certain limiting beliefs that is keeping the person stuck. And one is trying to intellectualize everything rather than just surrendering and embracing change. So I think that's something that you may want to be aware of here. But also the Eight of Swords, this person's just trying to simplify, to get the hell out of their head. And the Six of Cups is returning to simplicity. And so this is about keep it simple. It's not as confusing. The mind is making it more confusing than what it really needs to be. You have the Hermit here, which is enlightenment. I do feel like you'll gain conscious enlightenment here, or you'll gain conscious awareness and enlightenment, and you'll be able to understand how this is serving you for your overall good and your overall direction of your life and your soul's destiny. The Nine of Wands, you'll be learning the lessons here, right? Because the Nine of Wands does deal with lessons in a way, because it's a Sagittarius card. It's actually Moon in Sagittarius. And so let's see. Let's get more context on that. Let's see. You have the Knight of Wands. I feel like what you're learning is maturity and commitment here. I'm just gonna keep it real, right? The Knight of Wands is very, like, he wants to go do things. However, he's not always looking to stick around and commit to things, right? And so that's why the Hermit is here for the overall major arcana and the archetype of these two cards, the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Wands, because there's a certain level of maturity that has to be embraced by sticking and committing to something and facing the adversity, right? Not just run as soon as you feel it or give up. So, but either way here, I feel with this Empress and the Eight of Pentacles, not even either way, but I feel like if you navigate that energy, then you'll be able to produce the fruits that you want in your life, and you'll be able to produce the money that you want. You'll be able to produce the type of career that you want, and you'll live a joyful, abundant life with this Empress. Yeah, this pregnancy card, it says wealth, peacock. This is about putting yourself out there in a way, right? Because, and this card does say wealth. Some of you, like, you're working toward wealth. That's what you want. And there's things that you have to do, and there's things that you have to change in order for you to get it. And this peacock is actually telling you to believe in yourself. The peacock believes in himself. He fucking flaunts his feathers, and he knows he'll attract something. You know what I mean? So you have this 9th house card. It says exploration. You have the 3rd house and the 9th house here. This is about learning new things, learning new skills. And then, because you're ambitious, but what that takes is, like, you can have ambitions, but in order to act on your ambitions, you got to use your skills. And if you don't have the necessary skills, then it's just about learning the skills. Right? And sometimes when we see our shortcomings, we're like, oh shit, I don't know why, like, I have to figure this out. Like, we can either let that we can let that like stop us, or we can see it as like, this is what I need to grow. You pull this community card. So a lot of you, there's some things going on in your community as well this week that you're wanting to do. And I feel like it's telling you to focus on possibly even being part of community, participating in community, or starting to create the community that you want, or connect to resources that are out there in the world, so that way you can actually figure out like how you want to go about doing things. You pull this control. It says change. It says teeth. It's interesting because Capricorn rules the teeth. And Capricorn also deals with control. And so allow yourself to change, right? Stop trying to control everything, right? I'm guilty too. I do it too. Literally, I was just having this discussion today. It's the collective theme going on at this time. But this is about changing what needs to be changed, changing those structures and those systems in your life at this time that aren't allowing you to really manifest the career that you want, or to manifest your ambitions fully that you are desiring. So, but I do see you here starting to get back into that rhythm and that flow of creating and producing the things that you really like and enjoy, and feeling abundant and feeling prosperous with this Empress, Eight of Pentacles in your outcome. But there's certain things that you're having to change, and certain things that you're having to like surrender to. And I feel like it's surrendering to the fear of change and accepting the commitment as well in regards to the changes that you do want to make. So that's what I got for you, Aries, for your mid-month reading. I appreciate all of you for being here. If you like this video, be sure to smash that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and also be sure to click the notification button bell as well. You'll get notified whenever I upload your videos. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'm wishing you all the best for the week, Aries, and I will talk to you all later.